Hey, top of the morning to you. This is Rose Price, a realtor at Landmark Real Estate here in Champaign, Illinois. And today's topic is negotiating repairs after a home inspection. From a realtor's point of view, I always feel like I have to resell the house for a second time when representing a seller once the home inspection has been completed and the selling realtor has presented me a request for repairs. Buyers pay to have a home inspection because they want to know the results of the inspection and how it will affect their buying decision and whether they want to move forward in actually purchasing the home. Now, most often after review of the inspection, the buyers discuss with their realtor what repairs are most concerning to them. Their realtor then assists them with making a list of concerns to be presented to the seller for further negotiations. Note that experienced and successful realtors generally school their buyers ahead of time that no house is perfect. They coach their buyers to focus on the big things that are a real issue and not cosmetic issues. They will want their buyer to focus on major items regarding health and safety as items to be negotiated. The worst times for a listing agent and their seller is when the buying agent presents them with a long laundry list of items to be repaired or replaced, and sometimes every item on the inspection report prepared by the home inspector. Once the seller has been served with a request for repairs from the buyer, they need to decide what their strategy will be responding back to the buyer. The seller should first decide what items listed really are necessary to repair. According to our residential contracts in Champaign County, sellers may sell their property in as-is condition, even though a buyer may have an inspection on the property. Buyers acknowledge they have inspected the real estate and the improvements thereon. They are acquainted with the condition thereof and are not relying on any verbal representations of sellers or their agents. Subject to normal wear and tear, sellers sell and buyers accept the premises as of the time they executed the contract in as-is condition. The sellers can also sell their home in as-is condition, except sellers warrant the plumbing, the heating, the electrical and air conditioning systems, septic, sewer, water systems, and built-in appliances to be in normal working condition on the date of possession and warrant all well water to be potable. Sellers acknowledge that buyers, at buyer's expense, perform inspections and/or testing for the septic systems, well, hardware, water systems, and water portability, and will provide reasonable access to the premises. Therefore, written notice of breach of this warranty must be served upon the sellers on or before possession, or it shall be deemed to have been waived by the buyers. It is not required that three-prong outlets not served by a ground wire be grounded in order to be considered in normal working condition. And after carefully looking over the request for repairs, the seller has the following options for a response. No, I am not repairing or replacing anything. The seller will decide which items on the list that he is willing to repair or replace. The seller may offer to the buyer a closing cost credit to take care of the buyer's request. This credit should not be any more than what the buyer's lender says they can qualify for in order to approve of the loan. The seller can agree to make repairs and also give a closing cost credit. Now, once the seller has decided on their strategy, they present their response through their realtor, who then responds back to the buyer's realtor. This process goes back and forth until there is an agreement between both the seller and the buyer. And in our contracts, we have a time period for all of this to happen. Should there be no agreement arrived at, then the contract could be void and the earnest money would be returned back to the buyer. If more time is needed, then the time period could be extended so an agreement could be arrived at to either move forward with the transaction or to terminate the contract. Sometimes both the buyer and the seller may agree to purchase a home warranty policy for the buyer to use in their first full year of ownership. These are good programs, especially if the warranty will cover appliances, furnace, air conditioning systems, and etc. But one word of caution, though, is to read the fine print to see what the coverage is. These can be expensive. They cost probably $550 or more, and often the buyers will ask the seller to pay for the warranty, but both could pay, and even only the buyer could pay for a warranty. A seller could also negotiate by lowering their sales price with the buyer, or they could also sweeten the deal by leaving certain pieces of furniture or personal possessions behind to get the deal to stay together. Sellers and buyers should be specific about who will do the repair work, asked if there's any permits that need to be ordered, and there should be documentation such as receipts for the work that is done. Sellers should note if they personally are making the repairs or if they are hiring someone to complete the repairs. Here are further questions regarding a home inspection. What should I expect during a home inspection? Well, here's what to expect. A home inspector will look at the house's HVAC system, interior plumbing, and electrical systems, roof, attic, floors, and windows, and doors, and foundation, and basement, and structural components. And then he will provide a written report with results. What does a home inspection consist of? Well, the home inspector will do a visual inspection by looking at the home's various systems, including interior and exterior components, and the inspector will check exterior components including roofing, flashings, chimneys, gutters, downspouts, wall surfaces, windows, doors, the foundation, and the grading around it. So who pays for the home inspection? Well, generally, a home buyer pays for the cost of the home inspection, which should be undertaken as soon as an offer for a home has been accepted by the seller. It can range anywhere from $300 to about $500 to have a home inspection. The overall cost is determined by the location and the size of the property. And do sellers have to fix everything on the inspection? Let's see, that was a little phone call that I received. Do sellers have to fix everything on the home inspection? Remember, as a seller, you don't have to fix everything, but the warranted items, and generally those are considered to be certain items that are necessary in order to live in the home, such as air conditioning, electricity, and plumbing. So what are the most common inspection problems? The 5 most common home inspection issues are roofing problems. Roofing issues are very typical for home inspectors to find during the home inspections. Electrical wiring issues, poor attic ventilation, and insulation, poor graining, and drainage around the foundation. Plumbing problems are another issue. So what can cause a home inspection to fail? Excuse me. Electrical problems are the most common, and they include wiring that is not up to code, frayed wiring, or improperly wired electrical plumbing panels. Plumbing issues, leaky pipes, can result in water damage. Failing water heaters and sewer system problems are some of the most expensive. So how long should a home inspection take? Well, that depends on the building inspector, depends on the size of the building, and I would say an average 3 to 4 bedroom house, 2 2,000 square feet or so will take about 1.5 to 2 hours on site. And for larger buildings, more time may be required. Do home inspectors always find something wrong? Yes, no matter how much you do to prepare for that home inspection, the home inspector will always find something wrong. Let's see, what else do we have here? Top reasons home inspections fail. Well, sellers are often caught by surprise when a buyer's inspection report comes back with a long list of repairs, even if the home isn't very old. And here are some of the common major issues that come up during inspections. As I said before, roofing, electrical, leaky pipes, foundation problems, termites and pests, could be some damage. Mold issues are a common problem, especially in wet or humid climates, and repairs can be extensive. Window and door issues, window seals, windows and doors that don't open and close properly, or broken panes are commonly found by inspectors. Asbestos or lead-based paint issues, something you should be especially cautious of if you're selling an older home. Many contracts have specific requirements related to asbestos and lead paint, so be sure to disclose everything you know. Chimney damage. Old chimneys can be a safety hazard, and they often need to be removed if not in working order. While a bad home inspection report isn't what any seller is hoping for, the good news about the process is that as a result of the inspection, the buyer knows what they're getting into and has a chance to ask for repairs or walk away, and both actions that protect the seller from the future liability. Common seller repairs after a home inspection. Well, before you go too far down the path of arranging for seller repairs after the home inspection, it's important to separate reasonable buyer requests from unreasonable ones. Buyers shouldn't expect the house to be flawless. Reasonable requests after a home inspection would be major electrical issues, plumbing, drainage, sewer, septic, water issues, mold, water damage, furnace and air conditioning problems, leaking roofs, termite, building code violations, lead paint, asbestos. Elevated radon levels, another common issue that we deal with homes with basements around here. So, unreasonable requests after a home inspection, what would they be? Well, anything under $100 that the buyer can reasonably fix on their own, especially in a seller's market, where buyers shouldn't want to come off as overly picky. Cosmetic issues like paint, touch-ups, or older tiles, minor water damage like a leaky toilet, renovations, you're not responsible for turning the home into a buyer's dream home. Loose fixtures that can easily be fixed with a few tools, minor electrical fixes, basement floor cracks that have no structural impact, cosmetic landscaping or garage cleaning. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed these tips and information about negotiating repairs after a home inspection. And if you like this video, please hit both the like and the subscribe button. And please leave some comments below if you have more questions about the topic. And if you are in need of a home inspector, please just reach out to me and I'll be glad to refer you to a good home inspector in the area. Stay tuned every Monday for future videos I create about real estate topics. And of course, have a powerful day.